This is ZNS Total Sports, brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Welcome to sports, everybody. Our senior men's national basketball team will have a new coaching staff in place when they take back to the court later on this year. We get that story tonight from Charles Fisher.
After serving as an assistant coach for some years, Mario Boleg will now be calling the players for the senior men's national basketball team. Assistants also knew Darryl Sayers from Grand Bahama and Wade Watson.
It was only a one-year deal with Coach Larry Stacey, but he felt that working along with me, that this was the right time for that. He think only 1 year would have been sufficient for us to move on, and then with the executives of the Federation thinking that with us going back to CBC in 2015, it's time to put myself there and move forward and try to take the country to the next level from where Stacey left it.
So why not continue to dribble with a foreign coach?
In discussion with most of the players on the previous trip all summer, they indicated that the majority of them felt that we needed to go back to a Bahamian coach because they feel as though the culture of knowing the players which made a great difference, and they sensed that it was the players who really made the decision for the executives, and then we decided to go back and have a local coach. And what we would do is, if we use any foreign coach, they'll be as technical director. We have made Steve Barnes our technical director, who's responsible for assisting all of the programs and also as assistant coach.
Having worked with many of these players, the transition on offense and defense should be smooth.
You have a lot of local players here that played for the national team before. You have about 7 or 8 of them home right now, and then you have persons like Marvin Gray and CJ Hines and Kadeem Colby. Those guys has not landed any professional gigs yet, so they still in the States doing odd jobs and are available upon our call for them. They have already made that known to me. Mitch Johnson also. So we think we're going to be able to put together a very good team. When you look at all of the Caribbean countries other than Mexico and Puerto Rico who have professional leagues, all of the other countries, U.S., Virgin Islands, us, Jamaica, and everybody else, if the college players and pro players can't make it, we've always been better than them when it comes to local players.
Coach Boleg will get his first run at this level at the CAC Games set for Mexico in November. For ZNS Total Sports, I'm Charles Fisher.
All right, thanks a lot, Charles. Well, the Roxanne Regatta Committee will stage its C-Class Elimination Series this weekend in Montague Bay. From there, the top 12 sloops will be invited to Eleuthera next weekend, and cash prizes will be on the line.
We have a small compensation for those who will compete on Saturday, and I want to say Roxanne has at this present time for this year the best budget for C-Class sailing for this entire year.
Youth sailing is really starting to take off on the island of Exuma. Last year, more than 30 high school students from St. Andrews and Ellen Coakley took part, and that number increased to about over 40 when the youth sailing program reopened last weekend.
We actually have a high school sailing championship that we're planning right now that we're going to be telling you about pretty soon. We also have a parent-child race, or parent skipper race, that we're going to do on the 13th, this October holiday. That's going to be something that people are going to want to come out and see. It's really fantastic. I mean, I don't know how it's going in Nassau, but here, the young boys are really excited about it. We can't keep them out of the boats.
The Bahamas Hot Rod Association is looking forward to a competitive season following its back-to-school run last weekend, and King David is back with his 1973 Chevy Nova.
It's a full race car, and it has like roughly 750 horsepower with 2-stage of nitrous, and ready to go. For years I'm still the king. Ain't nothing changed. Just king, and I ain't changing nothing. No matter how it looks and no matter how it seems, I'm still the king.
How do you think Hot Rod is doing here in the Bahamas right now?
Well, right now we taking to the next level right now. Like as today now, this is the next level. This is a new generation now. And what you're seeing here today now is like a plus in the racing field in the Bahamas, because we overdue for something like this. And in the near future, we'll have a better menu and a better racing system.
And know they're trying to get the IHRA here next year and stuff. You think that's going to help promote it as well?
Automatically that's a plus in racing world, because what happened now, we'll have international races involved with drag racing, and when we bring international here, what it does, it makes us better, and it's good for tourism too. What that does is, because we need to get more into tourism program, that to the hotel we could put flights and stuff there, that we could have the races come down and see these races, because tourists travel all over the world to see racing, and racing in the Bahamas is very, very important. Once we get this off the ground, I mean, tourism is a plus to us.
Now, to go along with all the excitement on the track, the BHRA is also planning to put more of an emphasis on youth development.
We have spoken with the persons who deal with go-kart, and I think we were just waiting here. If you see a pit area to be paved, and that way we can have an area where they can set up a go-kart track and get kids, enthused in motorsports, a way to keep them out of trouble, focused. A lot of our young men are struggling today. This is a way to keep them focused and do something positive. Everybody likes fast cars and speed, horsepower, and all that excitement.
And that will do it for sports. Stay tuned. The Bahamas Tonight comes back after the break.
This is ZNS Total Sports, brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.